Next up is a lovely transition to anyone else who is new in the NFT space as we start to look at the pros and cons. Are there any cons? We'll soon explore them. This is our first big panel that we have today. On stage, we have Aiban, Stark, Aaron, Tahana, and is Anna here?
No.
Not just yet. If Anna's here, we'll boo her, and then we'll let her up on stage. So please, give them a warm welcome.
So, good morning to you all, and a warm welcome. So today we are talking about the pros and cons about NFT trading. And I would say, let's just introduce ourselves, and maybe guys, you can also talk about your first NFT and why did you buy it. So let's head over to Stark.
Good morning. I'm pleased to see so many people just showing up this morning. The parties were really good, so you're beating my expectations, definitely. So kudos to you guys. Sorry. So my name is Stark Burns. I'm a business angel, angel investor in NFT projects for now a couple years. I have 10 years experience in management consulting, IT project management, and actually started my journey in 2011 with Bitcoin way too early. But really got into things when it got interesting back with the smart contracts in 2019 and 20. And so basically I started out with looking at different layer ones and then going down the rabbit hole with DeFi. And that was really interesting and got some experience there. But then it just didn't give me my kicks because just owning some coins and not really being engaged with the founders and the projects itself, I was missing something. So I looked at the NFTs and really thought about, okay, which NFTs should I buy and how should I buy that? And but it was lacking the utility. So being someone rational, looking at like return and numbers, it was difficult for me to buy my first NFT. So the first NFT I bought was actually a gaming NFT on Solana. It's called Star Atlas. Because for me, it was I could rationalize that because it had some utility, and coming from DeFi, I had some expectations to that. But once I pulled the trigger on that, I basically totally degened in many projects. And yeah, traded a lot, but then I really transitioned to angel investing because I wanted to be close to the project teams, the owners, the founders, and coach them. So that's what I do. I like doing it. That's also, feeding to my consulting background, working with the teams, advising them, and really just trying to guide them through. And I consider myself as a builder, trying to help founders create their projects, initiate, and give them stability to these crazy markets. We had that topic with manipulation, but there's other dangers out there we'll get into, and just help them be successful. Yeah, so that's to me. Hand it over to you.
Hello, my name is Aiban Allya, and basically, right now I'm a venture builder, and basically what I do is I work with crypto startups, Web3 startups, and a few NFT projects as well. So right from, I do funding, so fundraising, and then we go to strategy. And after we do the fundraising, then the most important part is building the team. So I've been doing that, but before this, I was working, I started my own crypto brokerage startup. So did that since since uni. Did that for about 3 years or so, and then, it just got really interesting, but then it got a bit boring after a while, just because I was just looking at numbers. And then I met a lot of really cool projects that were doing really cool things, and that's when I got interested in not just staying behind a laptop and looking at numbers. So I, became very acquainted with, during my time when I had my own company, became very acquainted with private equity firms that wanted to invest, and hedge funds, and then venture capitalists. And so that's when I shifted myself from just being a crypto investor into being a venture builder, where I started working with layer 1s and layer 2s, and then NFT projects as well. I think it's been really cool. For me personally, I don't really trade NFTs, but I invest into the NFT project as a whole. So I come from a different side of things. So I speak more to, I think, probably if there are founders here or people who want to, set up their own businesses, their own NFT projects. Hopefully I can help you. But yeah, we can always have a chat. I think that's a place where I've been trying to master myself at least. Yeah, that's a bit about me. Thank you.
Thank you, Aiban. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Aiban Penalba. I'm an NFT trader since August 2021, so it's been more than 1 year. And it's my full-time job. So basically, I earn my life selling JPEGs. That's totally crazy, but that's the way.
So you're the ultra degen.
Exactly, the ultra degen. So yes, I started in August 2021. I'm only trader on Ethereum blockchain. So I use like marketplace, as everyone know, like OpenSea, LooksRare, X2Y2, now Blur, the new one with no reality. Can create a debate if you want to talk about it. And I opened a fund, NFT fund, almost 1 month ago. So yeah, I trade NFT and I trade NFT for other person as well.
So, and what was your first NFT you bought in August 2021, yeah?
I will show you on my phone. That's the blockchain, so I can't lie. So it's Andres Iniesta. As you can see, I'm Spanish. So my first NFT was a degen move and was a winning move on Wrapped Strikers. So basically, it's a collection of 2018. I don't know if you know it. When the World Cup, it was the first football NFT project, and I love football, so I say, okay, let's do this. I love Iniesta, so I buy it at floor price, and I buy it at 0.068. That's basically 100 euro, and I sell it. How long after?
You sold your first NFT.
3 days after I buy it, I already sold it for 1 ETH 23. So I make basically an X18 on my first NFT. It was only luck, to be honest. And after that, after this sale, I said, okay, I earn like even almost 2K. I think it's gonna be my new job. Oh. And after that, I'm gonna be wrecked for 6 months.
So your first one, the special one, right?
Yeah, it was special and one of my biggest gain during the 6 first months.
Yeah, tough decision. So I try to make it short. So my name is Thanh. Most people from the crypto space always ask me, hey, is DAO really your name? Because DAO normally stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it is. A lot of Vietnamese people have the name DAO. And yeah, so what am I doing? I'm working in the IT sector. And right now I'm doing a lot of consultancy on the technical part with large companies in Germany. So they have a lot of ideas how to enter the space, how to grow new communities, and I'm challenging their ideas. And I have my teams here in UK, in Vietnam, and US, and we are building and developing their solutions. So what was my first NFT? I started in 2020 with NBA Top Shot. Maybe some of you know that project.
Yeah.
Perfect. I see you raising hand. I mean, when I first heard of it, these are just video moments of a dunk of a basketball player, right? You may remember the Panini cards back when in our childhood we were collecting them, gluing them into a book or so. And it reminded me on that time, and that's why I took the decision, okay, just buy 1 or 2 packs. And you know, there were different rarities in that packs, legendary moments, rare moments, common moments, and they were worth like so much money. There was just one moment from LeBron James. A guy was selling this moment for like $236,000, and that's just insane for a video moment which can be just copied. Yeah, and that's how I came to the Bored Ape Yacht Club. You can see I'm also an ape, a lucky ape, I would say, because my timeline, my NBA Top Shot timeline in Twitter, so I was doing my whole research every time there. was filling with ape pictures that night. And then I thought, okay, maybe just move some Ethereum and just buy 2. And in the same night, the price of the apes were just dropping from like 0.08 to like 0.04, and it was like, oh man, okay. Now I just bought some silly ape pictures, and I lost some money. Okay, I went to bed, I told my wife the next morning, hey honey, I think I just burned like 600 bucks. And then I was looking at the marketplace, and the price already went up. I doubled my money, and then it went up to like 0.2, 0.3, 0.5, and then 0.7. And then one of my friends, I told him he was investing so much, and then FOMO got me, and I was also buying more at 0.7, like 10 apes or so, and then it went down, back to 0.2. As always, we're investing at the highest top. And in like 2 weeks, I was like losing 75% of my money, and then it came back. I was selling at a loss. And of course, the whole Bored Ape thing, it became big. The first NBA players were buying the apes. We got airdrops. The first celebrities were buying these apes, and now they're very, very famous. And the floor is still high, but it also dropped. So I'm very, very sad that I didn't sell some of my apes some month ago, because the floor was at like $500,000, and I mean, that is just insane. And that's how I started my way with NFTs. And then, of course, last year in the NFT summer, you were nearly able to invest in every project, because every project was raising in value, but then also falling. But today we're talking about the pros and cons. So I would like to first divide the session into 2 parts. Let's first talk about the cons and then the pros. And maybe guys, you can tell us something about your experiences. Did you ever invest in a rug pool or in a project which was very, very much hyped, and then it turned out that it is worthless now? So maybe you can tell us about your learnings, how you did your research, and about that projects.
Sure, if you want, I can start. That's a good way to start your journey with Bored Ape, so congratulations for that.
Thank you so much.
You're crazy. So it was not really a rug pull, but a pump and dump, like almost 99% of projects right now. It was ONI. So I don't know if you know about it. It's ON1, but it's ONI. It's an Asian project.
I lost a lot of money there.
Yeah, okay, so got you. One famous celebrity bought. Do you remember the name of the celebrity? Logan Paul, Logs, on OpenSea. This guy, famous YouTuber, buy an ONI at 200 ETH, I think. So it's a lot of money. I saw Logs buy this NFT. I was tracking his wallet, and I said, okay, Logs buying, a lot of people gonna buy. I will be the first at buying this. And the floor was already at 6 ETH. So I said, okay, I buy it at 6 ETH, and now ONI worth, I think, 0.5 ETH, and I sold it at 1, so I lose almost 5 ETH, and I bought 2, so almost 20K like that. So it was a bad way to start. It was not really a rug pull, but just too much hype and nothing solid. So I made a mistake, and after 1 year, I didn't ever make this mistake again. The mistake was like FOMO in, aping into random project with only one green flag. That's Logan Paul buy.
So how are you guys now doing your research on projects? Because NFTs are still unpredictable. There are so many collections which are very, very much hyped, and there's a lot of FOMO about it. But how do you make your decisions before investing in such a collection?
Now I'm looking for more historical collection. For example, CryptoPunk V1 is like CryptoPunk, as everybody knows, but the first version. And this is historical. It cannot be like a pump and dump project with a lot of hype. It's like history. So like good piece of art, it can be too dangerous to invest in. It can go up and down, depending on what price you buy it, but you need to find something strong behind.
So you're investing in blue chips. You're not investing in new projects.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly with history, because like new projects, Art Gobbler, floor at 12 in 2 days. It was 3 min to 12. If you buy it, you're in danger. It can goes at 5, and you don't know. You don't have historical price. It's like buying new meme coins. You don't know the historical price. Buying Bitcoin is more predictable, so that's why I do.
But what are your indicators before you invest in such a project or in a collection?
I look at volume. At least it need to be.
Minus wash trading.
Minus wash trading.
I hope not, but at least buying project with 10 sales a day. Because if not, you're gonna buy it, and my goal is to make money to flip it at higher price. And if the NFT project goes to maybe 1 or 2 sales a day, it's gonna be difficult. You're gonna buy, and people are gonna FUD, and the price go lower. For example, at any Yuga Labs project, there is a lot of sales. So if you buy the floor or less than the floor, you have great chance to make profit with like higher volume.
Yeah, for me, as an angel investor, it doesn't make sense investing in established blue chips, maybe getting a good opportunity, like timing or something like that. So I'm early or not at all. And I kind of have a good quota with my previous investments. I typically hold them longer than a year, where I would say 30% of them have gone to zero. Again, if you don't sell, right, you don't have a loss. But I have to. So there's some analysis you can do on the teams and red flags you can look at. But I think number one for me personally, coming from consulting, it's a people business. It's about reputation. So I just really need to know the teams, or they have to be doxed. And usually I just really fly to them, get to meet them, and then I have a relationship with them. And the reason is, if I get screwed, I know them, and at least I can learn from my lessons, right? I don't want to be screwed twice. So, and if it's a totally anonymous team and they have a recipe and they're just doing this and rugging and doing this like a recipe every couple of weeks, you don't want to be part of that, right? And you want to also steer other people clear of that. So, and like I said, there's different metrics you can look at, but there's still so many unknowns, and there's just also just really just chance, being lucky. But what I really like about the NFT space is that as an owner, as a contributor, you have a stake in it. You can really help the project become a success. So it's not only just the elite small group that can contribute. It's like everyone who's part of that project, who's bought into it, even if you just have one NFT, can contribute to make that a success. And that's what I really like about it, and that's what I try to facilitate and encourage, enable actors, good actors in the community to really grow and be prosperous.
Well, I think for me, it's because I come from the other side, where like I think almost like you, where I invest mostly, or I get investments mostly on the team, on the entire project itself. So I think from that part of, from that perspective, I can see like which ones are gonna make it. It's more of, see, now we're in the second wave of things. The first wave was all about the hype, right? And the second wave, and it's all about people. You see people building, and in this bear market, why I'm happy at the bear market, right, is because this will weed out all the bad projects. All the bad projects, you're gone. So when I look at a project, could be a Web3, any Web3 project, crypto project, or an NFT project, I only ask myself one question. The only way you will last is if you can answer the simple question: what long-term problem are you trying to solve? If you're trying to do that, you'll last. You'll go the distance. So you're the kind of project I would want to work with. So when founders come to me, I get pitch decks almost every day, and I go through it almost every single day. It's very fun. It's also becoming comical. At least I think it became very comical during the May, June, July. But then after that, people got really serious. because they start seeing that, you know what, we can't just make a quick buck. Because I've seen people that made a lot of money from, flipping the NFTs. Some of them, they said, you know what, I want to create my own NFT project, which has no utility, it's just nothing. And then he comes like, mate, can you raise some money for me? I was like, nope, I can't do that. Let's move forward.
Yeah, maybe I add just one last thing there. So last year, I already told you were able to earn money with nearly every project. This completely changed this year because when we look closer at the collections, you can see there are a lot of investors, a lot of people want to make fast money. And that's where I also take my decision. So when I can see, okay, there are projects which are really hyped, but there is nothing behind that, no brand, nothing else, no fans, right? Then I'm very, very careful because then mostly the projects go up. So there was just a collection called Renga. It went up in September to like 3 ETH. A lot of my friends called me and say, hey, you have to buy this. This is already at 3 ETH. But this time I heard to my gut feeling and said, okay, no FOMO. I just stand on the sideline and watch it. And now the floor is again at 0.9. So I believe that this changes because now a lot of companies are going to build their own projects and they bring their fans and their customers into this new NFT world. And these are people which are holding their NFTs. Like 3 days ago, Hugo Boss was launching its own NFT collection. And there are utilities, like you are able to get like 10% off when you buy a Hugo Boss suit. So I'm a really big Hugo fan. So I really thought about buying, but I will wait for the reveal and then I will jump in. But I'm sure I will hold it. And I don't want to have some value gains there. I just want to participate in events and more of these things. Okay, so now I see we don't have much time left, but maybe let's finalize this session with some pros in NFT trading, talking about some last utilities. Guys, maybe you can also tell us something there.
So the pros. So many pros. I think we have a lot of cons, but also we have a lot of pros, right? So with NFTs, I think there's a lot of utilities that can be implemented when it comes to ticketing in stadiums. I've worked with 2 companies that are doing that, and it's amazing how the turnover really multiplied. So that is one crazy thing that I've seen. That's the pros of using, sorry, I have to talk from the other side of NFTs, right? But that's the pros of having NFTs come in. And then we talk about selling your merchandise as NFTs as well. It's crazy how I've worked with a football team here in England itself. I can't name it because I'm still working with them. But the implementing this and the selling the merchandise using NFTs and the utilities within it are just, you get to greet and meet your fans, and then the football players, and then you get to go to some of the parties where they will attend. It's so these are things that not really going to solve long-term problem, but you actually see that because it's it's something that's massively adopted, right, by football fans. So it's going to work. So when it comes to, I think, other things like healthcare that I've seen, so there are many utilities out there. And so, yeah, it's going to be cool. But the only thing is you have to be willing to solve a long-term problem. That's it. For me, that's it.
Yeah, for me personally, coming from different layer ones and DeFi, it's a really exciting space. I can just recommend it if you want to be part of something new, exciting. The teams, they initially might have a thesis, a plan, or something they want to solve, but they pivot so quickly, and they're actually in a good position. The technology that they're leveraging is actually allowing them to be very agile and to change and adapt very quickly. And I haven't seen a space where the competition is so high. And that's where you really breed innovation, from my perspective. So if you want to be out on the risk curve, if you want to be there where innovation is happening, that's from my perspective where NFTs are. Dealing with the community, with founders, is so much fun. If it's just hygiene factors, money number go up, you're sitting on your laptop, that's boring. But if you want to be part of something, maybe a larger movement in society, but in just generally, how are you spending your time and this positive energy, that's just so electrifying for me. So I'm really addicted to it, and I can't really imagine being in any other space. So those are the pros for me in NFT investing.
Yeah, thank you so much. So to finalize our session, in some last words, we are still early. It's not late. We're still at the beginning, and it's also a lot about the community. So enjoy the time. Well, we have still 5 more minutes.
Oh, nice.
Okay, great. Yeah, then it's all about also community. Then I can add something there. So we have so many different events like roundtables you can join in your cities maybe. Like here, we have such a big community from Germany also sitting here. We have the events there, exchanging knowledge, building together. And this is also what this whole NFT thing is about. And then, of course, getting more utilities. So also the big and large enterprises, they are joining now. They are hosting events where you can participate. And if you are a fan of such a brand, then you should definitely join, because there's so much more to come. And also NFTs, they will have much more things to come, like car companies. They will add NFTs to their cars, where you can check the current status of your miles of the car and everything. And that is also a proof of authenticity, which you can get with your NFTs. And there's really much more to come. And it's not just about value gains and earning the money there.
Yeah, exactly. You need to think like, is proof of authenticity is worthless or no on the real world? For example, if you buy Mona Lisa, if you have only the artistic thing, it's worthless. You need to get the authenticity certificate. And NFT is this, but for online. And online things are in 2022 incredibly used. So it's a big, how can I say that? It's a big thing, you know. For example, Nike, Adidas, every good and big brand are in NFTs, and they know they have lot of money to do it. So for me, it's here to stay.
Aaron, what about successful trading tips you might have for people, since you're the ultimate DJ?
Okay, so for example, I have a Google sheet with my 244 trades just there. Sorry, up. So you can see there every trade. The red one are bad, and the green one. So this was my first there, the first. So a lot of reds, and after that, you can see that it's only green. Why? Because I used to hold my NFT too much time. Holding NFT is good, but you need to choose wisely. To choose wisely, you need to know perfectly the market. So now, if I'm not sure if the project is good enough, I flip. Within 7 days, even with a little bit of loss, if I know the project is good, like for example, I think not NFA, not financial advice, but Word of Woman at 2 ETH seems like kind of underrated. So I have a Word of Woman, and I know I can keep it because 2 ETH is really very low. On the other hand, Mutant Ape it used to be at 28 floor. I bought at 18. I sold it because the pump was too big. I know that in this bear market, project that goes too high gonna be down. And I was right. I buy it at 18, sold it at 28, and now worth only 12. So for me, you need to know how many times before you're buying, how long you're gonna hold it. It's really important. I have too much tips, but with 1 minute I can tell you more, but do not hesitate to come with me and to speak, or my website, or whatever you want.
I think we got 5 more minutes, so you can add some tips.
Oh,
That's
nice.
right.
Okay. Basically, you need to find project with good founders, doxed founders, good people who believe in the project. For example, Pranksy, big whale on NFT. Franklin is the big Bored Ape owner. That's good point too. If these two guys follow a project, you say, okay, sounds good. I may do a bit more. You need to follow which one? Logan Paul and Steve Aoki are not that good.
Do you also have some tools which you are using right now to analyze collections or to even find collections? Because there are also several tools in the market which people can use.
Exactly. So I try many tools, and for me, the best one is NFT Nerds. I'm not in partnership with it, but if you look, I want partnership. So for me, NFT Nerds is perfect because on OpenSea, you don't have any tools. You can't see if your NFT is good or no. It's kind of not that good. I used to call it OpenSea broken sea because sometimes it's really bad. With NFT Nerds, for example, you can track listing. For example, if a golden Bored Ape at floor 150s just put in sale at 100, so you have 50 ETH to take, you're gonna receive an alert, ding ding, Bored Ape cheap, and you can buy it instantly, skipping MetaMask transaction and everything. So this kind of tool is really good. And also for mass bidding, really important, Moonpad. I used to use Moonpad. It's another NFT tools. They are a lot. You need to try, but for me, NFT Nerds is the best one to have.
Yeah, so this is something similar to Moby Alerts, I believe. So the cool thing is you can add some wallets of the big whales and you can just follow them and see what they are minting. But you also have to be careful because sometimes there are alerts and they are not minting them because they got them somewhere, right? And that what was happening often last year, that it seems like Pranksy was minting something. A lot of people jumped into the project and then there was a Twitter tweet from him, hey guys, I didn't mint that, so be careful. So you also have to be very careful there. And always do your own research right now and yeah, don't let FOMO get you. Don't be greedy. That was one of the most important things also last year. And as Dark said before, it's also hard to invest in a collection which already went up because the risk of jumping into the project already at the top again is very high.
Exactly. One more website, a good one, free. It's nftfloor.com. Not sure, but NFT price floor. And if you want to buy an NFT, just take 10 seconds, look the price and the historical price on NFT price floor. If it's the ATH, don't buy it. That's for sure, don't buy it. But if you see it's the all-time low, like in Bitcoin, if it go to 3K, it's a lot of chance that goes up again. So NFT price floor are really good.
So are you a fan of chart analytics of NFTs?
Exactly, yeah.
Which I'm very skeptical about because it's not a highly liquid market, so you don't have usually those same cues, but a lot of people do it.
Yeah, to be honest, you're not going to do like, oh, it's a triangle ascendant or shit like that, but we are human, and as the crypto market, NFT work as well. So sometimes FOMO, sometimes FUD, sometimes too much hard FUD. When you see the charts going really low and you know that it's, I don't know, HFK Clonix behind, it's going to go up because people love this kind of project. So chart analysis can help, yeah.
I think one of the things is that, at least from my perspective, is that, like I said earlier, this is the second wave of things. And in the second wave, you really see people building, right? So a lot of people are building, they're very silent. You won't really see the hype. So the NFT projects, because they're putting in the work to really make it last long term, the ones that will really come up big after the bear market, these are the ones that are silent. So follow the right people, follow investors actually, like proper investors, not just investors in NFTs per se, but also in the entire project itself. Because they are the ones who invest in the whole team. So if they invest big in the whole team, that means there's something there. So that would be my suggestion.
Yeah, so finally our time is over now. And for those guys of you and people which like to learn more about that, so just some last advertisement. So we have on LinkedIn a group called High Web Free, and we do sessions for free with experienced people like Aaron, making workshops, showing you live how we act on OpenSea, which tools we use and more, or even have really beginner sessions on how to set up a MetaMask wallet. That's what we did last time. So if you like, you can just follow there, join the sessions. It's completely free because we just want to give something back to the community. So thank
Thank you so much.
very much
Thank you.
for being here.